Retro.
Hi, this is Fred Tatasciore, and you're listening to Dennis and Jay on Podcast Stardust. The Force is strong with both of them.
Welcome to Podcast Stardust. This is the fully armed and operational podcast dedicated to Star Wars news, reviews, and discussion. I'm Dennis Keithley.
And I'm Jay Krebs.
And we're going to tackle some recent Star Wars news in this episode. And since there's not a whole lot, we're probably going to get into some Revenge of the Sith trivia while we're at it. But before we do that, Jay, why don't you go ahead and remind everybody what our social media contacts are?
Yes, sir. We are very conveniently found on Facebook and Instagram at Podcast Stardust.
Okay, the dish is aligned, the signal's boosted to maximum output, the shield is down, we're now broadcasting to the galaxy. So here we go. Up first in the news, we have an unofficial confirmation from the cast of Ahsoka that season 2 has wrapped filming. And this comes from various social media posts from Iman Esfandi, Natasha Liu Bordizzo, and Ivana Sakno. So Iman Esfandi, who's been playing Ezra, posted a picture of him. This was pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen this one, Jay, where he is perched on a balcony similar to how Ezra was at the beginning of season 1 of Rebels. And his post reads, prayed that season 2 would go smoothly, be an epic adventure, and take everything to a new level. Locked in to make sure I was in the best headspace I could be in to serve a story much larger than any one person. That's what I wanted, and I'm certain I got it. So grateful and so excited for you all to tune in. Godspeed. May the Force be with you all. Thanks, London. Love, Jabba. So the heart emoji and a flame emotion. So, and then he thanked the person who created the Ezra video transition from Ezra to him on the, like I said, kind of setting up that scene. So that was pretty cool.
That is very cool. I love that he's embracing the Jabba.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his posts where he's worn like T-shirts that say Jabba, and he signs off a lot of social media posts as Jabba as well. That's always been pretty cool. Then Sabine herself, Natasha Liu Bordizzo, posted, I think this was a story because I couldn't find it anymore on social media, but it says, so it's an image of what looks like the base of some sort of a pillar that is kind of metallic color. And then you've got the shadow of what I believe to be Sabine and Ahsoka kind of waving against it. But the caption she put on that is, and for this journey, it only gets more epic. And then there's a second slide where it says, oh, Richmond, thank you for holding me gently for 7 beautiful months. And like I said, I described that picture there. So that was intriguing. And then Shin Hati, Ivana Sakno, says she's got a picture of Pinewood Studios at night with the caption, a whole lifetime lived. Thank you for being home to us these past 7 months. So again, it's not an official confirmation, but looks like the key members of the cast are all done filming. So start the countdown. I'm assuming this is coming out sometime later in the second half of next year after we've had some breathing space from The Mandalorian and Grogu. But do you have any other observations for this, or what do you think?
Not really. I mean, I've been seeing little snippets and clips of things here and there, about the things being wrapped up, and then different cameo shots of some of the cast and whatnot. So, it's very exciting to get a lot of these little journey pics, and hopefully, we'll be getting some more and even more in-depth kinds of things and actual footage. That would be amazing. I mean, not spoiler, but we always like to have our little tidbits.
And this is the last live action Disney Plus Star Wars show that we know about right now. They haven't announced anything else coming. So I'm hoping that this isn't it. I mean, I know they're going to focus on features with The Mandalorian, Grogu coming, and then of course Starfighter after that in back-to-back years. And I could be fine with that. I like having a Star Wars show to talk about. And of course, we're looking forward to the Maul animated series coming out next year as well. But for so long, we had this long blueprint, this roadmap of what was coming out on Disney Plus, and this is the last thing that we know of that's coming out. So uncharted territory after that.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? That's also kind of exciting because
Mhm.
that just means that there could be a lot more to explore. And of course, we're always here for it.
Yeah, and it's not like they have a celebration next year to save any announcements for. That's not till 2027, and I suppose, and I expect that there be some sort of announcements on future projects then. But if they're going to give us anything in 2027, then we're going to have to hear about it before then. So we'll see.
hmm
We'll see what
hmm
happens. All right. Well, in other Star Wars on Disney Plus related news, Timothy Oliphant was doing an interview with the Ringerverse, and the subject of coming back to being Star Wars came up. And I love this video. He's so cool. He says, "Let me tell you this. I am guilty of sending Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni a text that said, 'Just a reminder that neither me or Cobb Vanth are dead.'" So, and then at the time, and I'm not familiar with this show, but one of the hosts said it's been 1,360 days at the time, again, at the time of that recording, since anyone had seen Cobb Vanth on screen. So he's like, "Well, I'm going to be sending them a new text that cites that number of days." So he's one of my favorites. I loved him in Justified. I've been watching Alien Earth. I've got one episode left to go on that, and I've seen him in a number of other things, and he's always like, and I loved him in the role of Cobb Vanth. So I
Oh,
definitely want to
yeah.
see him back in Star Wars, and hope they give him a. I don't want to say necessarily meteor role because Cobb Vanth wasn't enough, but a larger role as Cobb Vanth going forward at some point.
Oh, I love that. And I just love the fact that when these actors play these characters that they treasure it so much and they just cherish the fact that they've brought that role to life and that they're just ready to jump right back in whenever. And I think that's also very impressive that they kept track of the exact number of days since
Mm-hmm.
Cobb Vanth had been on screen. Now that's dedication for you.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, well, that's it. That's what we got for the news. So we've got plenty of time to burn. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to go ahead and jump into some more Revenge of the Sith trivia. This will be part 6 in our trivia series. I'm going to be asking questions from the portion of the movie that runs from 1 hour and 54 seconds to 1 hour, 10 minutes and 52 seconds. We covered this in episode 904 of the podcast if you want to go back and listen to that. Jay, I've got 30 questions on the board. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay. So here we go. Question number 1. Which three Jedi appear holographically in the Jedi Temple when Commander Cody reports to Mace Windu that Obi-Wan has engaged General Grievous?
Okay. Would that be Ayla Sakura,
That's 1.
Kiadi Mundi,
That's 2.
and
Third one should be the easiest of the 3.
Yoda?
That's right.
Oh my gosh, wow. It was either Yoda or Mace Windu. I was thinking in my head. So, whew,
I would not have
pulled
got
that
that
one out.
question correct. So good job.
Nice. Yes.
Question number 2. Who does Mace Windu instruct to deliver this news to the Chancellor?
Wait a second. Oh, Anakin.
Yeah, I was gonna say this should be a gimme. Come
I was like, wait a second, this should be a little harder than what I'm thinking in my brain pan, but I was overthinking it apparently.
Yes, you were. Okay. Question number 3. What does Mace Windu sense after getting Commander Cody's report?
Uh, he senses
I
a
sense
plot
a.
to destroy the Jedi.
Yeah, that's right. You're doing great.
Yes.
3 for 3.
Ooh,
Knocking it out of the park.
wow. Okay.
Okay. Question number 4. What does Mace say about the Chancellor that causes this feeling?
Okay, let me think of this over for just a second. I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. The Chancellor has become too powerful.
No, the dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor.
Surrounds the Chancellor. Yes. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Darn. And he would
Question.
see that.
Question number 5. Who says the Chancellor should be removed from office if he doesn't give up his power?
Kiadi Mundi.
That is correct.
Yes. He has that kind of voice that just sort of sticks in your head, like rent free, you know?
That's
At
right.
least for me, it does.
Yeah. All right. Question number 6. Who is the only Jedi that doesn't talk during this meeting?
Yoda.
No. I'll give you
No.
another shot at this. This character
Err.
has no
Bum,
lines
bum,
in this
bum.
movie.
Jarl Poof.
No.
No one ever lets me talk. Sorry, that was a robot chicken thing. Oh gosh, would you have been at on the council?
Okay, here's a hint. It's not a him.
Oh, Ayla.
That's right.
Okay, that makes sense because that's who's standing around there. Da-da-da-da-da.
Let's see question number 1. Okay.
Yes.
Question number 7. What does Yoda caution Mace about during this conversation?
To a very dark place our line of thinking may go.
Okay. Yes, this is
To a
that this line of
dangerous,
that
right?
no, dark place. That this
Oh,
line of thought, removing the Chancellor and taking control of the Senate, will take them to a dark place.
okay. Okay. I keep overthinking myself. I
Yes.
should know
Go
this.
with your instincts.
Yes. Follow your feelings.
Let
Know them
go.
to be true.
All right. Question number 8. What does Palpatine ask Anakin if he wonders about after Anakin reports that Obi-Wan has engaged Grievous?
Wait, repeat that again. What does the Chancellor say he wonders about?
No. What does Palpatine ask Anakin if he wonders about after Anakin reports that Obi-Wan has engaged Grievous? So Anakin's gone to Palpatine's office and reports that he's engaged Grievous. And then Palpatine asks Wonder if he ever wonders about blank.
You ever wonder if they've made the right choice?
No. Why they
No?
haven't made Anakin a Jedi Master.
Why haven't made him a master? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Question number 9.
Okay.
What is Anakin's response?
I wish I knew.
That's right. I wish I knew. He gets the feeling he's being excluded from the council. Okay.
Yes.
Question number 10. What is the reason that Palpatine tells Anakin that the Jedi don't trust him?
Because they can sense his power?
Close enough. They see his future and they know his power will be too strong to control.
Okay. Okay, yes, I can hear it now in my head.
What is Palpatine's response to Anakin's question about knowing the ways of the Force? I did not intend to do this like dialogue by line, but
Okay.
that's what was standing out in this scene.
Okay, say that again.
What is Palpatine's response to Anakin's question about knowing the ways of the Force? So Anakin says, "You know the ways of the Force?"
And Palpatine says, yes, if one is to embrace the knowledge, one must have a broader sense of both sides, not just the dogmatic view of the Jedi, something like that.
That actually comes a little bit later.
Oh, darn. He's been studying a lot of,
right, because Anakin's surprised that Palpatine knows about the Force, and Palpatine says something very specific about that.
He's just, what does he say? He's studied it.
How does he know about the Force? How does he know?
How does he know?
How would have you learned about it?
My master taught me. Isn't that
His
what he said?
mentor taught him everything about the Force.
Mentor taught him everything. That's
even the nature of the dark side. Okay.
I am totally blanking tonight. Oh my gosh.
That's all right.
My brain pan is not focused, apparently.
Well, I hope it's the brain in the pan, but yeah. Okay. Question number 12. What does Palpatine say that learning the power of the dark side will allow Anakin to do?
To save the ones he loves.
To save his wife from certain death.
Death.
Yep.
Because later he says he calls her out by name.
What realization does Anakin have during this meeting with Palpatine?
You're the Sith Lord.
That's correct. Very good. Didn't overthink
Wow,
that
I
one.
got
Good job.
one. Wow.
Mhm. Okay, what two words does this is a difficult one. What two words does Palpatine use to describe the life he knows Anakin has been searching for?
Is it greater, deeper meaning or greater purpose, deeper meaning?
No.
Life.
Significance and conscience.
Oh, okay. I was totally off on that one.
I told you it was a hard one.
I
Difficulty 5
really
out of
hope
5.
our listeners are doing a lot better than I am right now. And I'm hoping that you're all going, come on, Jay, you should have
These are
known
hard.
that.
Okay.
I hope they're doing good.
I think you'll get this one. What
Okay.
is Anakin's response when Palpatine asks if Anakin is going to kill him?
I would certainly like to.
That's right. Bing, ding, ding.
I
I know you do. Okay.
can feel it.
16. What two things does Palpatine say Anakin's anger does for him?
Gives him
Feel your anger.
focus
It gives you focus and
and makes you stronger.
very good. Very
Ah,
good.
I had to think about it in Palpy voice to get
Mhm. That helps, doesn't it?
it. Does, yeah,
Yeah.
immensely.
Helps you it gives you that extra sensory input and puts you back into the
Yeah,
scene. All right.
absolutely.
17. What does Anakin decide to do after he realizes Palpatine is a Sith Lord?
Turn him over to the Jedi Council.
Correct.
Yay!
Okay.
I am on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Call me butter.
All right. Shifting scenes. What weapon does Obi-Wan attack Grievous with while riding his Varactyl?
One of the Magnus staff things.
Yes, it's called an Electro Staff, but you described
Electro
it.
staff. Yes.
Yeah. So you got
Purple lightningy things. Purple Q-tips.
lightning thing. Okay. All right. Question 19. How does Obi-Wan ultimately defeat General Grievous?
Oh, so uncivilized. With a blaster right to the guts.
Yep. He shoots his exposed organ sac with a blaster.
Yes. No
Already marked that one
Blackstone
down
necessary.
before I was it. Well, you're gonna get this one because you already said it. But what is Obi-Wan's comment after defeating General Grievous?
Yeah, so uncivilized.
So uncivilized.
One of the best lines ever.
Mm-hmm. Number 21. When Anakin arrives at the Jedi hangar, what news has Mace Windu just received?
That General Grievous has been defeated on
That's
Utapau.
right. Yeah, that Obi-Wan has destroyed Grievous.
Yes.
Okay. Number 22. What reason does Mace Windu give for going to see the Chancellor?
What reason does he give? Oh, to arrest him.
That's not what he says he's going to do.
Oh, to make him give up his emergency powers.
Yeah, to make sure he returns power to the Senate.
The Senate, yes. Yes.
Mhm.
And real quickly,
Uh-huh.
going back to that whole so uncivilized thing, I always thought that was such a brilliant throwback to when Alec Guinness says it's a weapon from a more civilized age.
Yes, yes.
Love that.
Yeah, it was
That
such a
was the
brilliant.
purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right. Question. Yeah, if they didn't have that line in New Hope, he wouldn't have said that there.
Right.
Yeah,
There's so many of those that they just locked in, and I just think that's so great.
Mm-hmm. All right. Question 23. What does Anakin say when Mace asks how he knows Chancellor Palpatine is a Sith Lord?
He what does he say exactly?
You just need you to get reasonably close. It doesn't have to
Well,
be that quote.
because he told him himself. He knows the ways of the dark side.
Okay.
He's been trained in the ways of the dark side.
Yes, those that all encompasses it. Yes, he knows the ways of the Force. He's been trained to use the dark side.
There we go. Okay. He's Mr. Darkside.
I'm sure you could come with 2 or 3 more ways of saying it if you give it a shot. But
not Mr.
okay.
Brightside. He's Mr. Darkside. Okay.
You know, that's a song that I know a lot of places play, but they play it at every game at Mizzou.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, and the whole place goes nuts.
I
It's in a
loved
lot
it.
of Mizzou football playlists. So,
That's
all right.
awesome. I love
Yep.
that whole culture thing at different, colleges and football games and stuff. I think that's so cool. Sports
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah. Well, this is not a pop music or football podcast, but I decided to throw that anyway. So, question 24. Why does Mace Windu say Anakin should remain behind while they confront the Chancellor?
Because he's too close to the chancellor? Isn't that why he says that?
That's
No.
not
Oh, no,
that.
because he's
That's
not a master? Does he throw that in his face?
no, no. I'll give you one more
Oh.
shot here. He senses something about Anakin here.
Oh, he senses is it confusion?
Yes, he senses a
Okay,
great deal of confusion and the fear that clouds Anakin's judgment.
there we go.
Yep.
Thank you so much for, prompting me on all these.
I know you
This
know
was
them here, so it's
Oh, I
okay.
appreciate that vote of confidence.
Well, you do know how to quote this movie. Okay.
Well, thanks.
And
Post to
that's what a lot
Chancellor
of these trivia
Galore.
questions are quotes from
Yeah.
the movie. What will Anakin have gained if he has told Mace Windu the truth?
His trust.
That's right.
I can't stand that line, but that's a debate for another day.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about that the whole
We
thing.
have.
About
Yeah.
Mace not trusting him. All right, question 26. We're almost done. Where is Anakin to remain while Mace Windu confronts Palpatine?
In the council chamber?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
27. Which four Jedi go to confront Chancellor Palpatine?
Okay, so it's Mace Windu,
That's one.
Kit Fisto,
That's two.
Eth Koff,
That's three.
and Stacey Tin.
You got it.
Yes. Or Teen. How do you pronounce it? Stacey Teen or Tin?
Palpatine.
Sassy Teen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
Sorry, I'm
many
making
different
fun.
ways like that, in Star Wars, like Twi'lek.
Yeah, it was like, or authors, Lamar Giles.
Oh,
He did.
yeah. Yep. We just went through that a couple weeks ago.
Yep, indeed. All right, question 28. What message in Palpatine's voice does Anakin hear while waiting in the Jedi Council's chamber?
I have the power to save the ones you love. I have the power to save Padme. Yes? No?
Not what he says. It's the
No?
same sentiment, but that's not what he says.
Mm, to defeat death?
If something happens,
I am totally blanking, Dennis.
all right, the answer is if the Jedi destroy me, any chance of saving her will be
Will
lost.
be lost. Oh, shoot. Yes. And that's why all the stuff happens.
Yeah, and
Ugh.
I missed that line the first 20 or 30 times I saw this movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because that's one of
Yes.
those that, I think it's kind of like the same thing when you hear Qui-Gon saying,
Mhm.
"Anakin, Anakin, no!" When he goes to the, Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, and when you
Little
notice
things
it,
like
it makes everything that's happening there make more sense about why he leaves so urgently. Because they're going back and forth between looking at Padme and looking at Anakin, and then he hears that message in Palpatine's voice, and he gets up and he's the tears run down his face, and he gets up and he rushes out of the chamber. So
Mhm.
okay, what is Padme looking at when she is looking out the window from her apartment?
The Jedi Temple.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And question 30, our last one here. What does Anakin look at out the window? What is Anakin looking at out of the window of the Jedi Council chamber?
And, Padme's apartment, 500
That's right.
Republica.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
So that's it. 30 questions. You got 26 out of 30.
What?
So, yeah, good job.
Wow. That surprises me. With your teachings, with your wonderful help, Dennis. Thank you. I could not have done it without you. If this would have been a pub quiz, I would definitely have been thrown out after about question 4.
Well, you deserve your day with the senators.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very kindly. That's
Okay.
good. Perfect.
All right. Yeah. And don't forget, I was blanking on question number 4. I would not got that one right. Okay. Well, that does it. That's our trivia and a little bit of news this week. So thank you all for indulging us here. There just wasn't enough to do a news episode, but I had to comment on the Timothy Oliphant story, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
And but so we decided to throw a little trivia in there and round out an episode to end this week with. And so hopefully this will get you all into your weekend and hyped up for all the Star Wars goodness to come in the future, and rah, 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 other great sentiments. But with that, thank you all for joining us for this episode of Podcast Stardust and this discussion of Star Wars news and Revenge of the Sith trivia. Hope you've enjoyed it. And as we say every week, if you haven't done so, hey, subscribe to the podcast and you'll get all of our future installments of the news and trivia as we do our movie review series every year. And once you've done that, we would really appreciate your ratings and reviews on your podcatcher choice. And then you can go over to retrozap.com and find the entire back catalog of the show. We're at, this is episode 950. We got 949 other episodes you can enjoy. And that's probably the best place to catch them all right now. So, Jay, you want to go ahead and remind everybody one more time what our social media contacts are and where else we can be found online?
Absolutely. That is definitely a question that I will get right. We are on Facebook and Instagram at Podcast Stardust. And you can always check out all of our Pinterest boards because we have tons of ideas for everything Star Wars over there. And we also have our 2 YouTube outlets. So we have the traditional YouTube as well as YouTube Music. So please like, subscribe, share those out. And all of those of the above that I just listed also support interactions. Not so much Pinterest, but Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Music. We'd love to know how you did on this episode of trivia and any other reactions that you have to any of the shows that you've listened to. We sure do appreciate it. And then if you are in need of some Podcast Stardust swag, we would love to see that being sported out there in the wild. You can hit us up on our TeePublic store, and the link to that is in our show notes. And we do have 7 different show logo designs. So there's all kinds of fun things. Can't go wrong with some Podcast Stardust swag. So once again, the link to that is in our show notes.
Okay, upcoming on the show on Monday, we are going to get into part 3 of Lego Rebuild the Galaxy Pieces of the Past. And then on Wednesday, we are kind of switching up our monthly schedule, and we're going to do another Ask Me Anything Star Wars episode. So make sure you stick around for that one. With all that said, thanks for listening to episode 950 of Podcast Stars, everyone. Have a great weekend. And until next time, may the Force be with you.